Hello, welcome in. I actually tried to pull up my Facebook page chat too, so I'm hopefully not missing anybody. It didn't occur to me that that there's chat on the other channels. I don't have YouTube open. Suppose I should note that somewhere. I got the go-ahead on the commission doodles for the D&D characters, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on trying to finalize those. So we have Dieter, Kolvar, and Hasko to go ahead and work on today. And I'll see how much I can get done in the time frame I have, so that is the plan. I think we'll start with Hasko. Not sure about the bear. I hate having this ring light here. Like, I need it to be able to get a good image with my webcam, but it really messes with my eyes. Let me read over my notes a second. Blue eyes, black hair, scar on forehead. That's right. All black clothes, green dragon scales, on a diagonal this way, and a brown bear as a pet. So we're gonna start with the face. Okay. Well, hello, how are you today? I'm working on some D&D commissions here. So, kind of trying to get the line work done. I'm doing okay. It is cold today, but I'm inside and I have a heater on, so I guess that's okay. I should probably point it away from my computer though. Yeah, all in all, I'm doing alright. It's a little bit crazy to think that we have Thanksgiving coming up in like a week and a half though. And everybody's out Christmas shopping, so it's like crazy busy. Can't believe I never thought of the fact that Facebook also has chat. I felt bad because like my cousin was like messaging in it and I totally didn't see it the whole time I streamed last time, so I felt bad. It's never my intention to ignore people. And YouTube, so I guess 3. But I've always just streamed to those, but I've never opened the chat. Like, I never realized. I don't know. I just always tried to chat here. I'm trying to figure it out as I go anyway, so. Well, Streamlabs has a setup thing to where you can just activate multi-stream. So I do that, but I just, so it's the same stream you see here, and it just also goes to Facebook and YouTube, but yeah, I never thought about actually chatting with people on other platforms. I was just chatting here. So I just have the Facebook one open in case someone chats, but I don't expect it. I don't have a lot of traffic because I don't have a lot of followers, which is fine. Like, I don't want to be like you know, so overwhelmed with traffic that I can't keep up with talking to people. That's kind of, I don't like sitting in on those kinds of streams, so yeah. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I think I'm gonna sit at like 59 now, so thank you though. That's very kind of you. Trying to slowly kind of grow things. And I do art and video games, and then sometimes I do like physical craft things. Um but trying to just get everything kind of set up. I've had some technical issues this month, and I'm still trying to figure out my music situation. I know I still don't have it set up the way it needs to be for them to stop giving me warnings. So thank you. I am always improving. Um, I've gotten a lot better over the years. I'm okay with where it's at. There's just kind of I like semi-realistic, like anime sort of style. Like there's sort of like a comic book style that's somewhere between realistic and like anime. So I have examples. I wonder if I can pull them up a second. Let me pull them up over here so I don't accidentally throw anything up I shouldn't. Let's see. Portfolio references. I'll show you a few references here of some different artists that I like. I have to actually go back and find some of their names. Let me pull these up. So like some of these kinds of styles. Sakimi-chan, of course. Like this is what I'd love to be able to achieve, is like just that very watery color look. I'll flip through these quickly because this is all the same artist. Oh my goodness, I have a lot of that. Like Art Germ. Like this is, I think, Loish. Yes, but these are things that I would love to be able to do. So, you know, I still struggle with them. All of my stuff looks very my stuff looks very stiff. So I'm working on it, and I think it's good that you're. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I get that. It's like secondhand embarrassment. That's very kind of you. I don't even have any makeup on or anything. I feel like I'm out of practice on the pose thing because I haven't been doing references from photos, and like I get that mindset where I'm like, oh, I'm getting good enough. I don't need to look at pictures. Well, then that's where I make my mistakes of like, you know, certain body parts are like elongated way more than they should be, and everything looks stiff because I'm not actually studying forms. So I need to get back into doing that. I think I'm going to start doing that probably in the next couple weeks if I don't get a lot of commissions, which commissions would be nice because I'm trying to raise some money for taking my kids on vacation. So that would be nice, but if I'm not busy with commissions, I like the free time to be able to work on whatever I would like to work on. So there is that. But yeah, I don't know. I used to do a lot of form studies, just like look at like a picture in a magazine or something on a TV show, and just try to replicate it. And I just really need to do more of that. Try to do a lot from imagination, which is hard. It's like you get an inspiration of an idea from something, but then you don't want to like copy it exactly. I think I did a picture of Ghost from Call of Duty. Let me see. Was it yesterday? I think it was a couple days ago. Which I didn't use. I didn't use a picture reference, and it wasn't terrible. Okay, so like for these pictures I just did the other day, these I was looking at my own hand. You know, which I haven't really done that in a long time. Yeah, thank you. Me too. And then I was doing like these kinds of doodles, which I wasn't really looking at a picture, and they're not terrible, but I can tell there's some things that are off. that just look odd, you know, so. But always improving, so. I feel like no artist is ever actually 100% happy with their work. So I guess I'm not alone. But I feel like I've been drawing like daily for like at least the last, man, almost 12, 13, 14 years, something like that. Like I've always been doing art. But actually being more serious about getting better is, you know, doing all of the hard work, the legwork of like practicing lines and shapes and shadows. It's a lot. Yeah, well, good for you. Hopefully you're doing it because you enjoy it. Because art is, man, I don't know what I would do without art. It's just so nice to, there's so many different expressive ways, though, to like, you know, there's people that like, they want to stick to a specific style and they get so stressed when they can't stick to that style. But if you can just like, they're like, I'm trying to build my art style. That will come. Like, just focus on trying to make art that makes you happy, and your style will come in time. You may actually, you know, create something that's unique, and shoot, that would be wonderful. I think I get afraid of having my stuff get lost in looking like just everybody else's art anyway, so there's a lot of art out there. There you go. Yeah, that's what I do too. You said you like my art style, so I'm assuming you've seen some of my art, or is it just because of what I'm drawing right now? So my D&D characters that I have at the moment are all here. Okay, so then you would have seen these pictures then. I did one last stream actually too, that I just started, was this one here. But it's hard to do in black and white actually. I like this face. I actually did make it creepy. So I'm improving in that area. And the other one that I just did too, I always have such a hard time finding her name. This one, jeez. This one I just did the workup for too. So, it's fun. So I would encourage you, you know, if it's what you want to do, definitely just have fun with it. Even if they don't look perfect, save everything. If you keep drawing like now and then, you know, for a couple of months, and then if you keep at it for a couple of years, you'll really be able to look back and just be like, wow, I improved so much. Like, this is crazy. That's how I feel, at least. But you won't see it if you don't, you know, accept the faults and then just save examples of your work. It's fun. It's a nice pastime to be able to just do something for yourself. I don't know about like you, like I relate to all of my characters as much as possible. Like when I make them, I try to put myself into them. So for me, it's kind of cathartic. Yeah, you do. I was trying to tell my nephew that too, because he's interested in art. And like, because I used to be the person, like I have sketchbooks still, that like I've started things, but then I hated them, so like I just like abandoned the whole sketchbook. Or like I will do drawings on here, and then I just hate how they look, and so like I had thought about just deleting them. But there's times when I just save them. Maybe I'll come back to it later, or maybe I'll be like, oh hey, this wasn't so terrible, I just kind of need to work on my forms more. So definitely save it, just for you. Like, you don't even have to share it with anybody. It's a good motivator though. But I'm happy to hear you're doing something like that for yourself, and, you know, not just because like you want to make a ton of money or something, because, I mean, I guess power, you know, to those that can do that, but I don't mind making money off my art, but I'm glad it's not something that drives my art, I guess is the thing. I feel like I would hate art if it had to just be money-based. Oh, hey! Hey, Trav. Look, I picked up one of my Facebook friends. I, which is funny actually. I used to take art classes with him in like high school, and we used to goof around together, being stupid in art class. Oh my gosh. Yeah, landscapes are hard, man. But um, making things for yourself is a good place to start, and it's a good thing to be able to rely on, like for well, mental health reasons, or just to be able to have stuff you enjoy as a hobby. I'm trying to work on like learning to work in a bigger picture before you start working on all the fine details, because I feel like I focus too much on the small details too soon in my work, and that's what causes me problems. So I need to learn to like do a lot of blocking in better before I really refine things. So I feel like I'm trying to learn that with landscapes, and I'm so bad at like perspective. But there's some beautiful people can create some beautiful artwork, man. I'm jealous because I'm trying to. My goal is to try to make an art book for our very first D&D campaign that I ever did. Um, and I want it to not really be a comic, but I want it to like showcase the scenes. Well, when you're not good, when you're not good at landscape, it's kind of hard. Like I have everything storyboarded and blocked out, and I used to do at least one image from every session we ever had. There were times when I had multiple images. Um, but overall, I have like 2,000 images saved on a program file like this that I really want to work up into a book, and I'm gonna make copies just for me and the people that played, I think. Um, so that is my goal. Like I have all the line work there. I just need to do it. But it's like I start to work on things and I'm just like over perfectionizing. I don't think that's a word in my head. I'm just really afraid I'm gonna like rush the book and then it's all gonna look really bad and I'm gonna hate it. So, um, I found these books that are really helpful, that are really fun for character stuff. I think they're in my closet here a second. I think it's called How to Think When You're Drawing. And there is some stuff in there I never ever would have thought of, you know? Like certain forms to consider when you're drawing a character. You know, if you want them to read as like an evil character, you want a lot of angles and a lot of um, you want a lot of certain types of just angles and points and shapes that read as the trope evil character. Um, then the more round character is the friendly, reliable, dependable characters, usually the friendly, nice, good characters. And then robust shapes like rectangles and strong forms and features usually read as the hero trope. You know, but there's language in the shapes that we use and in art that read to the general human mind. But it's very interesting going through a lot of these shapes, and it's talking about how to create, mixed types of characters. How you can do someone who's really kind, but also the hero type. I don't know. Books were not cheap, but I've learned so much just from reading them. So find good things out there to be able to um, learn from. Yeah. I think this looks okay. It's really weird. I kind of do, like when I'm streaming, I don't remember myself drawing my artwork, which worries. I don't like that. Like if it's almost like when you're driving and then like you don't remember how you got somewhere, you're like, I don't remember driving here. Um, if you've ever had that, I don't know. So I go back and watch my streams, and I'm like, I don't remember talking about that, and I don't remember doing this. I struggle with iris placement. The not remembering thing. It's weird. I can multitask, but when I multitask, I have a tendency to not remember what I did. So having evidence, like being able to go back and look at a stream, is actually kind of nice. For me at least. Or like I realize, like I don't like the sound of my voice or like watching myself do something, so it's kind of weird having to go back and watch things. You know what? And that's okay though. There's some things that can be helpful with that. You know, like things, tools or tricks or things you can use that can help with that kind of thing, but hopefully the music's not too loud. I didn't even bother to check. I think I was playing video games last time, and oh yeah, it is up a little loud. Let me turn it down. And I messed with my volume settings last time too. Trying to set the channels correctly on this stupid thing. There we go. Oh well, you know, it is what it is. If you have a bad memory, you know, what can you do? Shit, you could always set up something like Streamlabs for yourself and just record things, but don't ever publish them. Oh, I can't even talk now. Great. You could always just set it up, and you know, if you wanted to ever do something like that for yourself, but you were hesitant about publishing. I think he said this character's young. This character's like 20 something years old. It's hard for me. I'm not very good at drawing masculine looking males. I always tend to push them into overtly feminine, like the drawings I was showing you, the guys, you know, like in manga and anime style, video game style. They have a tendency to look very feminine. I like a lot of elves, so it's hard to not draw them that way. But certain characters, like this guy, you know, he's not supposed to look super feminine looking. And I want to just be able to do it right. Be able to draw a strong character and not have it look just weird. I wonder what kind of scar. I didn't even really ask if they wanted to be specific about the scar. They just didn't want it covered by hair, is all I know. Pretty sure this is human. Because the picture they sent me, it looked like a dwarf, but I mean, the size, if they're like 5'10", that's not a dwarf. I think that was his height. We'll go with like... Do you have D&D characters that you have already come up with? Or is it just for like when you want to eventually do things in the future? Something's weird about this guy's mouth. I'm having trouble. Let me turn this. Oh. I think that's better. Here we go. That looks better. There's an African baseball named Kala who was just a street fighter who was hired by the party to... Okay. Well, that's good. That's a good start. Did you do a doodle of them or anything, or? I struggle with, I think I talked about this on the last stream. When people like come up with a character, but they don't have like all the details fleshed out. Cause like I was trying to ask this person about their characters for commissions, and I get nervous because some people, when I ask them, they're like, oh, I want you to draw my character. And I'm like, okay, well, what does your character look like? Give me as many details as possible. And if you have any references, send them over. And people will be like, they don't send me very much. And then I'm like, well, what color are their eyes? You said they have brown hair. Is it long? Is it short? Is it half shaved? Like, what are we talking about? And they're like, oh, I never thought about it. And I'm like, my brain struggles to process how someone can fully flesh out a character, but then not know what they look like. So I was very surprised when this person sent over like 3 paragraphs worth of information, and I was so excited. I'm like, oh, I only have to ask one question. I think they forgot to list his eye color, so I had to just ask. But other than that, it made my job really easy because I had it all there, so. Is it just a matter of like practice, or is it just like because your hands shake or something? You don't have to like answer that if you don't want to, but having the fine motor skill thing for it. One, just learning to work with any shakiness or uneasiness can totally be to your benefit if you can learn to sketch loosely. Like, you'll probably get some nice looking sketches, I think. Like just a pencil and a paper type sketch. It doesn't have to be something on the computer. But I would encourage you to. I think it's kind of nice to have your stuff where you can see it and be like, oh, hey, I made that. Like, oh, yeah, that's all their details. And oh, that's okay. But hey, it's only been, you said, what, a year, so. I'm still bad with practicing, honestly. Like, it's hard to, like, you just want to sit down and draw something sometimes, but you're like, oh, everything I draw sucks because you don't practice. So I'm very much guilty of that too. I feel ya. And I'm like at least 17 years in the hole on. Oh crap. Alright, let's try to get. This doesn't look that bad. The hood looks a little stiff, so I might try to do something here to kind of take this away. I don't know. It's reading very Space Helmet to me, so I gotta remember to keep looking over the other screen. All of my stuff's on my second monitor anyway, but it's like my chat is here. The other one's like way, way over there. So we're supposed to get quite a bit of snow this week. That's crazy. We went from it being last week Thursday, it was like mid 70s, which I don't know if you're in the States or not. I feel like everybody I end up talking to is over in Europe or Canada or something, so everybody uses different measurements than us, so I apologize. Um, but yeah, so we went from like 75 on Thursday to where we're supposed to get like 8 inches of snow this Thursday. Mmm. Yeah, apple pie sounds good. I was just thinking about Thanksgiving food. I'm like, I need to have my mom bring over some pie. Like, I need to have her do pies. I don't make pies homemade. It's just extra work that I don't really care if it's store-bought or not. But my mom makes really good pies, and so I'm thinking of asking her to bring some over. Pies, oh, sounds so good right now. I brought up one of these like peanut butter cups from like a Halloween thing. I don't know what is up with those little ones. They taste terrible. They taste like plastic. So I was very disappointed. So now I'm craving something sweet, but not whatever the heck that is. I don't know where they came from. Hopefully they're not poisoned or something. Someone sending out disgusting Halloween candy. This is a cloak, right? I feel like it should drape this way. Well, if you ever want, I'll just throw that out there if you would like. You're the only one here, right? Yes. If you would like, do you have a DA? A DeviantArt? Oh, that's fine. So you can use it to message people if you'd like. I was just gonna say if you'd like to, if you would want me to, I wouldn't mind go ahead and drawing up a character for you. No cost. Since you're the only one here, I'll say that. But if you would like one, I will offer one to you for free if you'd be interested. If not, that's okay too. I do that occasionally just for people when I feel like I just wanna, I don't know, it's good practice for me and awesome. It's good. I like trying to also do characters that are different than what I come up with. I have a tendency to stick to certain types. But then I have somebody else who's been asking me to draw stuff that is like, some of them are very more monster-like or more reptilian, or I have someone else that always has me drawing like military combat type stuff and like Warhammer and aliens and stuff, and it's like I like the challenge of having things that are outside of what I'm familiar with because that's how I get better. Because like my brain doesn't want to draw certain things sometimes. It's just not for myself at least. But if I get a commission for it, it's a good way for me to get to practice. But I like seeing what other people kind of have, like their idea of their character and stuff. It's kind of fun to, I don't know, it's kind of fun to be able to do that. But yeah, as much information as you want to send over, if you want to send some links or on DA, there's a thing called a stash. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but it's basically a way where you can like upload things to it, and then you can just send me a link, and it just keeps. It's sort of like their cloud-based storage thing. And then you can send me a bunch of references that way if you'd like to, and I'll have them all in one spot. I can give a concept for you. I have one right here. Okay. I don't know if I can. Hold on. Can I do this? Let me try. Let's do this. I don't know if I can zoom in. That is a 16. I'll pick it up. And I'll show you. Try to show you. I don't know if it's flip-flopped or not. I don't know if that works. It's a 16. Hopefully get that in the right spot. Oh yeah, you want to see my dice tray? I'll show you. I made this. I bought like little feet things from like Michael's, like the craft store, and then it's just like gold paper and some like scraps I had. I had like a old like a box lid for some, I think it was chopsticks or something that I had ordered. So like I made a dice tray like a while ago. I think it's been 2 years now, maybe a year and a half. But I like it. I keep it right there for my games that I play. But yeah, whatever you'd like me to do, I'll go ahead and do something for you. Since you were nice enough to just throw me a follow real quick and sit here and talk to me today, and I would not mind doing one. Okay, his shoulder looks bad. Let's flip it. I do like this. Oh man. I'm okay with complex though, but interesting. Yeah, his shoulder, this is way off. Hold on. Let me draw the other side and then I'll adjust it because I feel like he looks really broad. Like, that really needs to be shortened in quite a bit. Let's see. Yeah, I have a tendency for myself when I have to roll up a character, I stick towards drawing elves, tieflings, and vampires, dhampirs, that type. I guess I like them the best. I knew I liked the elves, but... And then I like, or like drow, you know, those would be considered elves, of course. So anytime I draw anything, there's a pretty good chance it's gonna have ears or horns because that's just what I like. Oops. Checking my other chat. I guess, yeah, it seems like it's just not too bad. Let's just pull it in, like here-ish. See, that's that form study stuff. Maybe I'll have to really work on it when... You know, maybe I should just move his head over. Maybe that's what we need to do. Let's try. Sometimes that's what we need to do. I heard this last time, I think. It looks a little better. Alright, I'm gonna pick a different song choice. Let's go with, yeah, we'll go with this. Okay. I want to be able to do that. I wanted to be able to do that for like a month. Like, I need to build a better following, like with more people, I think, that would sit in. But I thought about doing one of those streams where, like, because like I have donation things set up, like, so like if someone wanted to drop like $10, then I could draw them. I could take 15 minutes to do, you know, a drawing for them, like a sketch event of, you know, whatever they'd like me to, whether it's a piece of fan art, like a, you know, a character, a Star Wars character, anime character, video game character, whatever, or something of their own if they could give me a, you know, a brief description or I'd have to find a way for people to be able to shoot me references quickly because some people don't have DeviantArt, and so I'm trying to think of what the best way is to do that. I thought that would be a fun thing to do one night. Stream for tips. Because I would sit in on something like that and maybe get one if I could. Because I don't feel like $10 is, you know, terrible. I mean, not everybody can afford, you know, $50 and stuff, so. I always snag that kind of stuff when I can find it on DA. I haven't seen a lot of it lately. I don't know if I'm just not getting the messages or what. But I also haven't really been on there as regularly, so it could be me. Like, I check my messages, but just... Okay, so his hand, let's see. I talk to myself when I'm working, by the way, so don't feel obligated to have to respond to me. I think he was gonna pet this bear, if I remember correctly, because it's his pet, so I think that's what I was trying to do with his hand over here. I want to say this guy was like a ranger. I'll have to double check the information. I should pull it up. Oh, okay. Not a problem. I just don't like when people are rude. Like, I was streaming one time and I was just talking, and then I was asking questions occasionally, and if someone doesn't answer, that's fine. But then this one person was just like, I'm just lurking, chill out, and I'm like, I'm trying to be nice while I'm on stream, but I don't tolerate that kind of shit. Like, I'll be like, listen, don't be like that. So I was trying to not say anything on stream. I just kind of ignored the person. I don't remember who it was, but I was like, that's rude. Like, who acts like that? Not that I'm not the best with them, but I'm not terrible with them. I think I've drawn dreads for my World of Warcraft trolls. And then I've done loosely some dreads, just like I did for this Shadow Monk, and this, my Drow has some dreads, but they're just like loose, long dreads. But I mean, I'll definitely try them. It depends on what kind of, I think, dreads, you know. Like, I would love to have my hair like this. I'm not even kidding. Like, she looks so cool. I like her skirt and her tattoos. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. I'll try anything. And what I'll usually do is I do like the rough sketch like I did with this guy here, like the green. I'll send a rough sketch over to you first, and then if you don't like it, you just tell me like, hey, could you maybe change this, or maybe like add this thing, like, or he's supposed to have, you know, it more like this. Like, just let me know. And I'm pretty cool with making changes as long as, you know, people are being cool. I have had people that are really, really picky in particular sometimes, and those people are really hard to work with, but I do. It's just, it makes it not fun. So. Okay. No, that's totally fine. Thank you. No pressure. Like I said, if you don't want to get to it right away, that's fine too. I should be able to remember. That's the other side of me is, when I'm doing this, I don't remember anything. But in general, I don't forget things. I remember all of the things, which is a curse, honestly. It'd be like the stupidest small thing that I don't want to remember, and I will, sure enough, remember it. I think everybody else hates that I can do that too. I think. Why am I struggling? I'm like trying to think of like how would you pet a bear? like like I wouldn't be petting a bear. But I guess like, I have my characters have pets that are, large cats, and I guess most people probably wouldn't pet them either, so it's kind of the same thing. This hand is not bad. It's not the worst. So a lot of times I struggle with like just the placement in general of the fingers, and it doesn't look terrible. Yay. It's the small victories, I feel like I gave this guy a little bit of a Giga Chad chin. It wasn't intentional. I don't know this character's, like when I know the character's personality, it helps me a lot. But I don't have any idea about this person's character. Hey, you're not sleeping. Polar bears. Aw, okay. I think polar bears are cute. We saw him at the zoo this year. It was so hot, and we were waiting for him to jump into the water, and I'm like, just go, just swim. I want to see you. I want to see you swim. And then like he just kept like kind of pacing and pausing, and then he just kept walking like he wanted to get in, but he didn't. And I was like, it was like 20 minutes we waited. Oh, I'm jealous because I do not have my sleep schedule. I'll never have it together. I'm like, I really need to stop going to bed at like 2 o'clock. I really do. I really do. I need to start getting off of my devices and stuff at like 11:30. Because I get up at 5:45 in the morning to get my kids ready for school and stuff. So I really need to, I don't know, just make it so that I'm not taking a nap after they get on the bus. You may. Sure. You absolutely may. I myself, I like seal pups. Like, I don't know, like they're really cute. Not leopard seals. I don't like those. Those are scary. I don't like those at all. But like, yeah, sea lions and stuff are cute. They don't smell the best all the time, but they are cute. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I need to put this down so I can see Facebook chat in case anybody messages me. Keep like putting stuff over. There's so many things up. Oh my gosh. I feel like because I wasn't as close in, I didn't get these lines really clean. So try to fix a little of that. I just realized this isn't like black, it's like blue black. Usually I throw it like all the way down in the corner, but I think I just used whatever I pulled up last stream. Which is alright. If I have to adjust it, I can adjust it later. I'm gonna do this one too. This is better. Oh my gosh, I spent like all day reorganizing my basement and stuff yesterday, and I feel like I did so much work. Like it was literally all day, but then after I put everything back, it looked like I really didn't do anything. And I hate that feeling because I feel like, did I just waste my whole day, or did I actually do something that mattered? Like, I know it did because it was like all of our storage and stuff in our basement. So it's like, I needed it all moved. I needed it all cleaned. I needed to throw things away and dig out other things. But when I look at it, I'm like, I don't feel like I did anything. It's kind of annoying. Oops. I should do that one night. I should have people like send me just like a concept idea on stream, and we should roll for some details and just kind of. I always thought about doing like adoptables, like drawing up stuff and then kind of like setting them up so people can adopt them, but I don't really know. I don't condone this. But like what is to say like somebody doesn't just see an idea and then just do it themselves instead of like actually adopting something. Like I don't understand what would prevent people from doing that. So I get hesitant about doing all that work just to have there be no kickback on it. You would love to do that? Okay. Like I would do that like so like I don't know, that would be fun. There'd be a few ways to do that. It'd be kind of fun to do like a stream thing where you're like, all right, like if somebody gave somebody paid you like I don't know $30, right? I don't know. I'm just throwing a number out there. Somebody paid you like $30. You could say, all right, we're gonna spend 30 minutes rolling for details, and then 30 minutes, well, I will rough up a sketch, and then like you could finalize it and send it over to them somehow, like through an email or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I would feel like it could be fun. I have a couple of people I feel like would participate in something like that, especially since that's, less than what I normally charge anyway for maybe not like a full body, maybe like a waist up kind of situation, because that'd be a lot less work. Yeah, I don't know. These are just ideas that are kind of floating around in my head. I think I'm always seeing people on TikTok that are for donations, like drawing like little like people's portraits, and they'll be like, "I'm drawing your portrait, for $5 donation or something," and they'll just sit there and draw the things. Like they'll have the whole paper, and then they have it blacked out, and they'll have different things drawn. And I'm like, I would do that, but I just feel like nobody would show up. I don't know. I feel like it would just be really boring. Which if I saw somebody doing that, I'd be like, all right, put me down for like 6 pictures, And I'd be like, I have all these characters, just quick change my profile picture like 6 times. I'll put in that work. I've had people on DA before that have been like emergency commissions, like, I need to come up with like $300 somehow, and so like I'm doing $10 quick sketches. I think there was one point in time where I was able to snag 10 because why does it say welcome to the chat room? Every once in a while it like throws that in there like I'm new. I was able to snag because I have a set of characters where there's 10 males. And so like I wanted all of them. I didn't want just a couple. Well, and I think I ended up being able to tip her eventually later too. After another paycheck, I just sent her a little bit of money. She seemed really nice. And that always sucks to have things come up that like when money's tight already, and then like something happens, whether it's like bills or a car issue or something, or it's like the holidays and someone gets sick and they can't afford to pay for it, it's try to help people when I can. Even if I don't get anything out of it in return, because sometimes it's nice to not give them the extra added stress. Yeah, well, I don't think they're gonna get any easier either. So I've been trying to just make some personal changes, like habit-wise, or even like what I'm buying. Like honestly, with the prices of stuff at the store, I've been buying more like local store brand things, like like plain potato chips, for instance. Like if we were gonna buy plain potato chips, instead of me buying like Ruffles or Lay's at like $6 a bag, we have like local store brands here that yeah you get a little bit less in the bag, but it's like $1.89 for a bag of chips. So I'm like, guess what? I'm not buying your expensive name brand stuff anymore because I guess I can't afford it. Especially when I want to buy like a regular thing of chips and a barbecue thing of chips. Like I can't spend $12 on chips. That's just too much. So if anything, all of this inflation is just making me make better choices, I think anyway. I need to cut out soda. Like I struggle with that obviously because I don't drink coffee, but trying to stay awake. And I don't do energy drinks either, but I know soda's not good for you and I've just always been so addicted to it. But I really just need to cut it out because honestly it would be better for me in so many regards. So I just really need to just cold turkey it and then get serious about like the last time I got serious about it when I was working out, I would just use my pre-workout. My pre-workout was more than enough, and then I eventually was just like trying to make sure I was drinking plenty of water. Like that was a goal, so that I just didn't end up picking up sodas for about a good 30 days, and then after a while I didn't really want. Um, I've tried it. Like I've had several different kinds. I have some in my cupboard. It's just I think it's just the taste. Like when I want caffeine or I want to be awake, my brain automatically attributes it to like Coke or Dew, and I'm like, then I think it's more of like a craving for the sweetness of it because I have the sugar. But if I really did just switch to green tea and then drink my water and then use just the pre-workout for workouts, like I think I'd eventually get it straightened out, but it's just a matter of like motivation right now. So I just need to get my shit together. I feel like green tea, like even though it has caffeine in it, I don't feel the kick of it as hard as I do from something like Mountain Dew, and I think that's the big thing. It's more instant, It's more like, ooh, it's cold, it's bubbly, it just I can feel it, like I'm starting to wake up. Unless it was me the other night, I felt like it didn't matter how much I was drinking. I felt like I was on like my sixth one, and I was like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I can't stay awake any longer. It wasn't even that late. It was like 11:45. I was exhausted from the day though. One of my kids has been sick, and so she just went back to school today. Just a cold, like just a nose thing, but I hate when my kids are sick. I feel bad. I'm on like super high alert when people are sick. That foot is hella big. Alright, hold on. Let's fix this. Yoink. That's better. It's literally the 14th. It's. Ugh. Holidays are coming too fast. I need to come up with better poses too, and that's where like studying references and stuff will help. I feel like I always end up resorting to the same kinds of poses. Some people, they just want to be able to show off all of the details in their character. So that's, it's kind of standard poses. But like for my own work at least, I want to start like actually just having more creative, like not having to have the entire character in frame and doing something from a different perspective. But like I said, I struggle with perspective, so it doesn't always come out nice. Gotta remember to do his scar too. Maybe I should do that before I forget. Let me see what he said about checking here a minute just to look at the text so I know they didn't specify about the scarring. Let's see, it was very muscular, not too big. He has a scar. Oh my gosh, he has a scar across his forehead. His hair does not cover the scar, so it's visible. Okay. Penn has decided to drink in a village. Oh no! Well, like you can't find it? That's not good. I have more pens and pencils that I know what to do with. I'm the person that like went back to school. Oh no. Rip. When back to school shopping starts, I'm the person like buying the cheaper boxes of like the Ticonderoga, like the number 2 pencils. And so like I end up with hordes of pencils sometimes, even if I don't really need more. So, which I've had supplies saved for years. So the bad thing about that is like with pencils, erasers don't stay soft. So sometimes the erasers, they get hard before I can get to them, and that's kind of a bummer, as I'm like, oh man, should have used these a lot sooner than I did, I guess. Let's see. I have a bag that I keep most of my drawing supplies in up here, and so I have like a bag just full of pencils. Like I have mechanical pencils, pens, regular standard number 2s, but I have like a lot of them in there. But I do find my stuff in the weirdest spots. Like I leave stuff in these pockets of these flannels, and so like I'll like take off my flannel and then I'll pick it up days later and be like, oh, there's a pen in here. Sometimes it's not even just pens. Sometimes it's like, oh look, a bag of gummy bears. Like, oh no, yeah, don't do that. I've actually been good about leaving mine on my desk. Don't lose that. That's maybe you need to get like a. No, I would feel like a tether would be weird. I was trying to think if there was a way to get something like that that wouldn't hinder your drawing, but that would be annoying to me at least. I don't like those things they put on the pens at banks where they like it used to have like a bungee or something. Yeah. Oh, okay. I know, I have a standing height desk. I really, I want to be able to move this out of the way sometimes. I feel like I can't really draw very well while I'm standing up is the only problem. But like I have a drafting desk so that I can stand when I play video games and stuff. I need to utilize the standing part of it more, especially since this chair is kind of, it seems like it's on its way out. It keeps constantly lowering, even though I've adjusted the oh, the thing, I can't remember, words are escaping me right now. Like I've turned the thing all the way. My friend, he had the same problem that happened, and he's like, I actually just went out and bought like a brake clamp and put it on the bar so that it won't do that anymore. Like, well, I don't want to do that if I don't have to. This looks weird to me. What is this? Let's do that. Didn't really draw in a shirt here. I guess I did do the long sleeve, but not the short that I was thinking. Oh my gosh, ooh. I know he's gonna have the dragon scales across his chest too, so I'll do that after I get this stuff all blocked in. So I know what I need to erase. Sorry, I have people like apparently texting that I'm just, it's not even in regards to me, it's just because I'm in the group chat. Plans for events for family stuff. Does that look weird? This looks really low. This is his bicep. Wait, no, that's not his bicep, that's his back. That's why, okay. I was like, Okay, so his bicep needs to be here. See, that it's stuff like that where I would have made a mistake like that, but I wouldn't have caught it, and then it would have thrown off my work. So, okay. So like something like this too. I have to think about how this would fold into the crease of an arm. So you wouldn't necessarily see that part. This part you would still. I always struggle with this part of a glove. That connecting point. I don't know why. I'm so excited that I'm making like ziti for dinner with like garlic bread. And I get so excited about garlic bread. I don't know why. It's a weird thing to get excited about. Oh, okay, so I'm not alone. I was gonna say, when my sister she was visiting. Oh, this is the wrong pen. My sister was visiting, and we went to my mom's house, and she was making spaghetti. She literally went out and bought like 2 extra things of garlic bread just so my sister could have one and I could have one because she's like, I know you guys are gonna eat all the garlic bread. And I was like, well, you're not wrong. We were so excited because we were like, yay! Like, somebody could literally give me a loaf of garlic bread for Christmas and I would be like stoked about that. I'm a food person, I really am. I'm like, shoot, give me a Little Caesars gift card. I mean, their pizza, some people hate Little Caesars. I hate Domino's. I don't like. The last time I tried a pizza there wasn't terrible. It was a Hawaiian pizza, and I think it was like a spicy Hawaiian pizza. So it wasn't terrible. But like if I want pizza, like that's not what I'm thinking of when it comes to pizza. And their pizza's usually terrible. I do like Papa John's. Yep. Papa John's was like my go-to for a long time because we lived in like DC, and they were always doing, if if the Nationals or whoever won, their game, then you get, half off of all pizzas or something. So I was literally eating, it was like $10 for pizzas. I was like getting pizza all the time because there was one right across the street from my house. So yeah. But Pizza Hut used to be great, and now I just feel like it's just not good anymore. I don't know what happened. Why did they? I don't know. I know they changed their stuff like a good 8 to 10 years ago, like their sauce and stuff. They shouldn't have changed anything, man. Oh yeah, I don't mind it on Hawaiian pizza, like ham, pineapple, whatever. But like I had somebody ordered a pizza one time and it was pepperoni with pineapple, and that I did not like because I just didn't feel like they tasted good together. Because it wasn't good spicy. It was like, I don't know. So, but I mean, ham and pineapple I'll eat. That's totally fine. The pepperoni thing's just not. That's not my favorite. I'll pass on that. But if I want pizza, like I'm thinking like pepperoni pizza, like meat, like bacon and ham and whatever. Oh, look at how big this other hand is compared to this one. Okay, I think this was a short sword on his side. Oh, I can merge that. Yep. Let's see. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna look up anything fancy. We'll just. Trying to think if I should do something special. Like my birthday's next month, and I always see people doing like fun birthday stream things, but I'm like, what am I gonna stream? Like, I don't know. Let's do that one there. Oh, I think I did it over too far. Maybe not. Is it? When is it? Are we birthday buddies? 17th. Mine's the 25th. I always say unfortunately. Because I don't ever get to do anything for my birthday. So we're like, let's see, what is that? 6 days apart? No, hang on. My brain. 8 days apart, right? Yeah. I feel feel like pretty much anybody though with a December birthday for like 2 weeks before Christmas until after Christmas, I feel like it's kind of. I feel like we're all kind of in the same boat, but mine's just a matter of like if I actually got to do what I wanted to for my birthday, I wouldn't be going anywhere. Or the flip side of that, I would go do something really, really fun that other people would probably think is stupid. So I usually just don't end up doing anything. So, 'cause we're always going to like family and stuff like that, which I'm fine with. At least I know I'm gonna get fed well on my birthday. What? That is so cool. I always wanted to be a twin. I always wanted to have a twin brother. I always thought that would be cool. Which is probably why a couple of my Dungeons and Dragons characters, like one of my Dungeons and Dragons characters has a twin brother. My paladin does. Always struggling to find names. I don't understand why. It's her and her brother. She's not evil. I don't know. They were beating somebody up though, but he deserved it. So that was polar opposite twins. Like what? One of you's like, are you talking about personality wise? Because I feel like that's kind of fun though. It's better than being exactly the same. It's just curved weird. Sticks. Yes. Everybody always thought me and my sister were twins growing up because we're only like 2.5 years apart. We have similar personalities, but she's a blonde and I'm a brunette, and so it was like, but we look so similar. Like people, of course, would always be like, "Oh, you must be so and so's sister," and we're like, "Yep." Constantly through school. No, you get tired of it, of course. You probably especially did if you had it. Aww. Oh, well. The nerdy type is better in my opinion, so. No judgment at your brother since I don't even know him. I was never a club type person. I don't think I've ever been to a club. Maybe it must be this other side. Yeah. Just looks like it's curving outward instead of. There we go. I think you got the better end of the deal, I guess, in my is my opinion. I can be an outgoing person. I like doing fun activities and stuff. They just don't come up in capacities that I can actually do them. But like I've never been like a drinking person. That's the only thing. Like that's not a good time to me, really. There's some moments that I feel like it calls for it where it's fun. Like I have a friend who I think every Thursday or something, he goes out and there's this bar he has. It's like a nerdy bar, and they have like anime themed stuff and whatever. But they actually have drinking and then they have karaoke on Thursdays. And I'm like, that would be fun. Like I'm the person that like I wouldn't do it just I don't know, any other time, but I feel like it's not completely out of the question. I used to do it a lot as a kid, but my parents used to like videotape us, and so they have all that evidence, which is nice and embarrassing. But yeah, as an adult, I've never actually gone karaokeing. It'd be fun with friends that I could just chill with, you know? But I can be very cheap too, though, and alcohol is not cheap, so I think that's part of it. I'd rather pay like $2.99 for my glass of soda and just keep getting free refills and spend the rest of my food on, or spend the rest of my money on food, than blow it all on alcohol that you're probably gonna barf up later. Yeah, no. I can't find alcohol that I actually really enjoy for the most part. Like I've had like a blended strawberry margarita. It is fine. I don't like beer, I don't like wine, I don't like most of it, so it's just, and then when they're like, oh, it's $11 for this drink, and I'm like, that's like an appetizer. Like, just skip that and get the food instead, please. Or the dessert. So yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to go soon. I didn't realize it was 2:47. I think overall it's looking good. The lines up top are definitely a little bit smaller than the bottom ones, but that's okay. Let's see here. At least I didn't make a ton of mistakes on him today, because that keeps me making decent progress time-wise. And once I'm done with each of these individually, I think I'm gonna throw them into a picture together, just so they have like a guild sort of photo thing, or group photo. I'm assuming they're in a guild since they're together. Okay, yeah, thank you for the compliment. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I usually try to dip out of here about 3, definitely by 3:30. Okay, the bear. Most of the lines on him turned out pretty decent, though. I gotta get his bow in up here. Just do a standard recurve, since they didn't really specify on what kind. Yeah, well, yeah. They get off the bus. One gets home like soon, and then the other one gets home like another hour later. So yeah, my kids still expect and like when I wait for them to get off the bus, so I will enjoy that as long as they will allow me to. They don't be like, oh, Mom, I'm not a baby. You don't have to wait for me anymore, you know? So I enjoy being a mom, so. Like I said before, it helps when I have kids that are actually good kids that I like spending time with, so it makes a big difference. Oh, I accidentally increased this. How? I was working on 15. I was wondering why it got so much wider. My brain might have auto defaulted to doing that because I think 30 is like usually what I work in. Oh, goodness. See, it's things like that I'm like, I don't understand. Okay. Then I just tried drawing on like my mouse pad. The dragon scales, should pull a reference for those maybe. They're kind of just like heart-shaped. Okay. I got a I have it over here on the floor. I have a like years ago I went to a GameStop and I was like looking through the clearance section and they had a D&D handbag of holding and it's made out of red dragon scales and it's even got like it says Dungeons and Dragons on it and it's got a metal D20 as the emblem. Like it's an official bag, it's got a tag and everything, but it was in the clearance section. And it was $8. Yeah, let me see if I can snag it quick. I just don't want to pull my headphones over because I've been doing that a lot lately, and I really don't want to. See if I can. I just don't want to end up putting this down to mute it. Oh, I do have it. I didn't even know that. See if I can grab it here quick. Let me see. Oh, all the crap all over my floor because it's just such a mess. So, this bag here, and it's got the D20, and it's got a metal tag on it. So, oh, right here. But it's made out of leather, and it's like red dragon scales. It's got all the straps and everything. But I got it for $8 in the clearance section, and I bought it just because I'm like, that would be a cool purse or something. And I ended up getting a camera, so now it's like it's my DSLR like camera bag. So I'm like, I'm so glad I bought this bag when I did, because like now that I actually play D&D, I'm like, it's so much cooler to me now that I have one. I just initially had bought it because I was like, you know, years ago I didn't play D&D. I think I've only been playing for like the last 4 or 5 years, I think. But before that, I just like I like dragons and I love the scales, and I was like, that's just so cool. I have to have it. But no, yeah. This is scaring me that it's turning out decently well without. Like, I get nervous because I'm like, why am I not making as many mistakes? Fingernails always look bad on men when I draw them. So I'm not trying to draw the whole fingernail though, so that's not bad. Oh, I'm gonna draw this on this hand. Like that. There you go. Alright. I think I'm gonna maybe stop here. Hold on, let me just quick look for a dragon scale reference. Dragon scale. Yes, I see the chainmail, but I just need the individual pieces. Yes, I will definitely save. D and D. Come on, they've got to have like an individual picture. Let's look here. I know they're like shield / heart shaped pretty much for the most part. Just an individual scale. Where's the X? Why can't I close this? Bizarre. Okay. I'm trying to think of how I would draw dragon scales. Oh, you're here, I see. And I'm just getting ready to leave. You've come too late, sir. I'm just gonna, I mean, if it's a large dragon and they're the large scales, I would imagine it would look something like this. And then I'll just repeat them, and I think it's used as like a belt, is what I think they're using it for, like a strap for their bow. We'll start with this many. If I got this number correct on the first try, There's no way. There's no way. I bet you I'm gonna be... And that was the first one, so let's see. I gotta put this thing on an angle across his chest. Okay. Oops. I'm short by like 1. That was not a bad guess. Does that just... yeah. I'll go ahead and erase the... oh no, please don't. I'll go ahead and erase the cloak lines underneath this. And then I think that's where I'll pause, because just for this one, then the only thing I should really have to work on is the lines for the bear. Which I want to make him look more like a bear. I don't think I did a very good job. I don't think I did a very good job in this sketch. I was just trying to be like, oh, here's the bear. So, but I want to actually look at a reference, I think, and draw it a little better, like with the fur and stuff for the details. So I'll try to do that. Maybe that's what I'll plan on picking up on tomorrow. So this, the scales would be erased because the short sword would be in front. Okay. And then we'll merge that. It's looking good. Alright, so there we have the lines for Hasco. And we'll save before I forget. And then hopefully if I can come back tomorrow, I'll go ahead and start working on the bear, and then we should be able to work on the next character, which I actually might try to really rework this side of his hood too, because it just looks a little weird. But overall, it's not bad today. So yeah, thank you very much for stopping in, all of you that are here. I will plan on being here tomorrow. Nexus, thank you for keeping me company and for the follow here and on DA, and I will check my messages over there too, and I'll get back to you. So yeah, thank you very much, and hopefully you have a good rest of your day. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks.